So one of the reasons why I wanted to post videos on YouTube is because I wanted to use it as a way to develop my speaking skills. In my opinion, I do think that life is going to have a lot of situations where you're going to need to talk your way out of things. Things like an interview, meetings, or conferences, etc. But there's definitely going to be a situation where you're going to need to talk. So communication is really key here. So how do we do that? Well, speaking is like a performance, and performances improve through practice. It's like a musician. If you're starting out, your first concert might be super scary. You might be nervous, sweating, and so on and so forth. But then at your 10th concert, your 15th concert, I think you'll be a lot more confident, and you'll kind of know how things flow. So that's kind of where we want to get to. So with YouTube, I hope to see improvement as I post more videos. So something in the future, I'll probably look back and see how I've grown over the days, the weeks, the years. So my goals here are the first one is to speak clearly without a script, and then to speak well with little preparation. So it kind of makes sense, right? So like in school, I'm sure a lot of us were taught never to read directly off like our PowerPoint when we're giving a presentation. And same thing here. It just shows that we are prepared, right? If you're able to speak without reading something word for word, it just shows that you put in the effort and you prepared well. Yeah, it's also another thing is like just knowing how to improvise, think on your feet is also just a nice skill to have. An example I can give is like one of my jobs, there was a surprise inspection, and the inspector asked me like a lot of questions. And while I think I did decent, I think there's definitely a lot of improvements. Like I was definitely really nervous, and then sometimes some of the questions I had trouble answering just because they were so sudden. So I think if I, practice a little bit more on this, I can definitely give them better results. Another thing is I do want to say fewer filler words like ums or us. That just makes sense, right? It's just the more of those that you say, the less confidence you have and the less credibility you give to your audience. So they might think that you're not as prepared. And the third one is I just want to improve my vocabulary and grammar. I think there's a lot of words that I know that I don't really get to use. So maybe in YouTube I can maybe say them more or something like that. But with this one, I think you improve your vocabulary usually through like reading or like listening to other people talk. So me personally talking might not be much help. But yeah, I mean, this is what I plan on doing. And maybe if you're watching this, this might be a good idea for you as well to give a try. But this is my plan for developing my speaking skills.